make the camera a little bit smaller for this terrific artwork. Oh baby. Well, buckle up, boyo. This is your fault. I don't know how loud it is when we turn shit down. Alright, let's go. Start on this grand adventure. Oh, okay. I'm not hooking up a controller right now. F4 will enter windowed mode. Okay. I'm gonna choose the worst possible shit I can. Where am I? Is this outer space? No, it absolutely can't be, except for there's like a nebula in the background. No chance. I'd never survive in the void. I scan my surroundings. What I see should be an impossibility. A luminescent nebula gazes back at me. It twinkles, dancing across the sky. Oh, no voice acting? This is the voice acting. It's beautiful, but I'm not here to stargaze. As I take in the scenario, I notice some key things. My feet are not on solid ground. I appear suspended. And for some reason, I'm able to hear and breathe. Those are the two things you can't do in space. I count this as a blessing and focus on breathing. There are exercises I could use to calm myself down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Before I can count any higher, though, I'm interrupted. At that moment, I realize I'm not here by myself. I feel a hand rest upon my shoulder and I shiver. I expect to feel fear, but I feel a rush of calm overtakes me. Let's just take a moment here and really appreciate that we just got popped up behind in what is functionally the void by a furry Hot Topic model. I like the ripped scarf and the shoelace sweater. But anyway, hello and welcome to the Ark. This is a very special place, you see. Only a select few are allowed to be here. 2 of each animal, for those wondering, not up to date with their Bible. This is home to those touched by fate, imbued with a power most would call fiction. Others have come, but now it's your turn. First and foremost, I require a name, something to enter in the annals of time. We must ensure that you aren't forgotten. Pants, It has a nice ring to it. Goddamn right it does. I'm sure you'll be remembered. My name, you ask? I'm afraid that's not important. It is important. No one will remember me after this. Well, rip. Your presence here portends a grand fate, not just for you, but the universe too. That is, the purpose of those who come here. To that end, what else do they call you? Your surname is just as important. Out of curiosity, I must know. No, you don't. Pants, Man EX, Very well. The pleasure is mine. In giving me your name, the deed is done. Oh, fuck. Your service to me and the Ark is pledged, but you're going to be gone. But do not worry, you're not a slave. Your service rewards you with a power, something that most would kill to achieve. Others must bend the rules of the world, but for you, the opposite rings true. The world must bend you? You're no longer a victim of circumstance. When you make a choice, reality will bend. Your every whim will fall to your lap. The universe now accommodates you. Oh shit. But throughout this, I'm going to be acting like I am in my true being, my true state. And I'm going to be reacting as if I am the target of these conversations while also voice acting everything, because they couldn't hire anyone. This is the power granted to you by the Ark. This is the power granted to you by me. Thanks, dog Jesus. Oh, it appears that you're fading away. Do you long to return to Earth? I understand. There is fear in the unknown. I will find you again soon. And perhaps then we can talk a little more. Don't be scared, Pants. I mean no harm. Yeah, whatever. Get me the fuck out of here. Would you like to save your game? Yes. Oh, how nice. I put up 50 save slots. We're going to use every single one of those. Chapter 1. Oh, these are some names. Rook, Keela, Acheron, Inumi, Rocker, and Shock. Oh, there's a true ending and there are certain flags for it? Motherfucker. You know I gotta get the canon ending. What kind of fucking shit gamer do you think I am? I feel a rush of speed as I'm shot back into my body. It's almost as if my spirit momentarily left me. Who was that man? And just what was the Ark? No one knows. I scratch my head in a state of sheer confusion. I can look really cute on this Shinkansen. It definitely wasn't a dream. I know that for sure. When you wake up from a dream, you know it wasn't real. You laugh it off, continue on with your life, unless there's a nightmare about college. That's not the sensation I was feeling right now. I try to ground myself in reality. I pet a dog. I take in my surroundings, the noises, and people. I focus on my destination, Tokyo, Japan, of course. I feel myself calm down, slowly but surely. The anxiety starts to replace itself with excitement, though many would argue what the difference is. Who didn't dream of going to Tokyo in their lifetime? It had to be on the bucket list of millions of people. It was the first of many places I'd visit, on what surely would be the best year of my life. I sat there holding the armrest with a fierce grip. It wouldn't be long until I figured out how wrong I was. I tried my best to maintain my composure. See, it's super accurate already. The can of Popstar held firmly in my grasp. I'm going to replace that with Faygo Orange. I wasn't one to drink energy drinks so leisurely, but I picked up what you might call an addiction. For a little bit more context, I'll say this. Popstar was a leading brand of energy drink. In fact, it was almost as popular as soda. It had full endorsement from a famous pop idol. The contest was held to coincide with this idol's new tour. Alright, breaking character for a second. Why am I getting world building through the form of a can of energy drink? It's literally just Monster. Like... Alright, we're a solid 10 minutes in and I already want to stop. I don't want to stop. I want to keep going. 2 special cans were then thrown into the wild. Those that found them got to travel with the tour, almost like a golden ticket from old childhood stories. Who's the Uncle Joe, or who's the Grandpa Joe? Big energy drink, yeah. This is literally the fucking plot line to Sunset Overdrive. The contest made the drink skyrocket in popularity. It took the world by storm, a cultural phenomenon. The chance to live a life of luxury was hard to pass up. You're literally just going on a tour. Oh, sorry. I'm literally just going on a tour. I need to calm the fuck down. In case you didn't know, the name of the idol was Clace. K-Lace? I don't know. When I say I picked up something of an addiction, that might actually be the understatement of the year. I've been chugging that shit since day one. I have 4 pounds of kidney stones and they've been coming out my pee hole. The odds of winning were literally in the billions. So it took a fair amount of chugging in order to win. A plot line to a Hey Arnold episode. I asked myself if it was worth it, but that's subjective. At least that's what I told myself in between jitters, and heart palpitations, and trips to the doctor. Being one of the lucky 2 came with its consequences. That's what the media called the prospective winners. Before I can continue thinking, I'm knocked upside the head by some fucker. I'm interrupted. Someone walking down the aisle has a nasty fall. I mean, that's a sound effect for a nasty fall, but okay. They brace their descent and land on the seat beside me. That takes a special kind of skill, doesn't it? He quickly rises to his feet, wearing a look of panic. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. I nod my head. It's not the end of the world. Aside from a minor fright, everything is fine. Although, maybe we could talk to pass the time. It was starting to get boring, sitting by myself, death gripping my armrest. First time on a train. Don't know what came over me. I just got dizzy and then, BAM! Right in the kisser. Sounds like someone has a case of vertigo. I apologize again. Sorry for intruding. I really am. I try explaining to him that everything is fine. But he seems to think he's committed an awful crime. Your choices will affect the way you're treated. They can also change the flow of the story. Before he can respond, however, an alarm sounds loudly. Remember, it's not possible to please everyone, unless you use your mouth, both hands, both feet, and holes. The train comes to a screeching halt. Mechanical failure? That's not good. Oh no, what was that? Are we gonna die? I can't help but snicker at that. He was right. He's clearly one of those catastrophic thinkers. Good thing I brought a conch. Now I can be in power if we're stranded. Is not the plotline to an episode of SpongeBob? He goes to rummage through his bag. A bit of a bookworm too, isn't he? I decided just to sit back and wait it out. In situations like this, there is nothing else to do. I try and think of how I could pass the time. It might be a while until we're mobile again. I can't use my phone for anything other than text. The data charges while abroad were a death sentence. My mom would kill me. But everybody back home would already be asleep. There's quite the time difference at play here. I think it's about 12 hours. My phone vibrates and I go to look at it, almost as if it knew what I was thinking about. It's Rook, the man I'm meeting at the train station. Wink. Are you almost here? I can't wait all day, you know. He's wondering where I am. I'm not sure what to say. Should I play it cool, or let him know we've stalled? I'm gonna answer these like I would answer them, so I'm gonna say I can't say for sure. So that's just how it's gonna be. Was it F5 to open the menu? Oh, I guess it restarts the game. Good. Alright, well that blows. A tragedy, honestly. Use multiple save spots, but don't. Oh shit, there's no video. One moment, please. I'm just gonna try restarting the game really quick because it doesn't want to re-pick up the capture. So I wouldn't want to either. We're missing the lore. No, you're not. I'm not reading it. Go back into. Alright. Anyway. Back to that good shit. Blah 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 on the train. I'm gonna forget the voices for these characters. I guarantee it because I don't have that good of a vocal range. It really puts into perspective how much you're reading when you're just like fast forwarding it. I feel like I'm back in high school. Getting assaulted by blue raccoons or blue squirrels. Oh, I lied. I tell him I won't be that much longer. No point in having him worry over nothing at all. This will likely resolve itself momentarily. He seems happy at my response. Good to hear. You know I don't like standing for long periods of time. Same. Much better than having him worry I might be late. Arguably for the best, as he seems very obsessive. And quite demanding, too. Or I guess you do now. Remember it! Believe it! But I guess he is a busy guy. Places to be and whatnot. I won't hold it against him. I see that the squirrel is also eagerly texting away. I put my phone back in my pocket and reclined in my seat. I wasn't exactly sure how Rook was related to Claes, but he had to be pretty high up there. I was only given concrete details last week. I thought there'd be limos and media coverage, but I was quickly told that this wasn't the case. I was getting picked up by a regular guy named Rook. Of course his name's Rook. I wonder if he would go full-on cliché, with a large piece of cardboard that says, Pants. Oh man, I really hope we'll be okay. My train rides are usually incident-free. Usually? They said that this is his first time? He seemed to contradict himself without realizing it. Stupid ass. Well, as fun as awkward silences are, we should probably get to know each other. Just in case we're stuck here forever. Oh, how fun that would be. You can call me Keela. I'm here to... Kill. Well, I'm here to see some friends. What about you? What brings you to Tokyo? I'm a big weeb. Killa's short for Killa. Yeah, he's a shooter. He's got hitters. Oh yeah, this is just a Morio alternate timeline. Right, it's not us though. It's nice to meet another English speaker. I only speak Japanese at a preschool level. You look it. I'm about to answer, but I stop myself short. I don't stop myself short. I have flashbacks when I signed that NDA. I wasn't allowed to publicly reveal why I was here. At least, not until the media made it official. But then again, what harm could it do? It'd likely never find itself back to me. Plus, Killa would be impressed with who I really am. A big fat weeb. A friend would be a great thing to have while abroad. Some choices don't have immediate consequences. Should I tell him, or should I keep it a secret for now? Sorry, brother. Sorry, I can't say is why I'm here. I decided to stick to my morals and not break the NDA, as I would do. It's probably for the best. Who wants a lawsuit? Am I right? If I did let out my secret, and word got back to Rook, well, I'm sure there'd be hell to pay. Oh, you can't say? That's cool, I guess. I'm just here to visit my brother. I didn't ask. Nothing to hide on my end, really. I thought he said he was here to meet friends? And I was here to meet his brother? That seems odd. He's on meth. Nothing to hide, huh? I feel bad that I can't tell him. He clearly realizes I'm hiding something. I'm still really excited. It's my first time in Tokyo. Gotta hit up all the maid cafes. Get off my train. Of course. Typical tourist. What about you? Would you ever go to a maid cafe? I've heard they're just the best. Maid cafes? Those are much like restaurants in Western culture. Duh. No shit. However, your waitress actually stays at your table. You converse with them, play games, get to know them. It was definitely a foreign concept to me. It's not a foreign concept to me. That's a bold-faced lie. I have plenty of friends who are big fat weebs, just like I am. How do I respond to Killa? This choice will affect the flow of the story. How? Do I go to a maid cafe or not? They aren't really my thing. Killa didn't like your answer. Oh, that's a shame. I've heard that they scare foreigners. Or at least, they judge without trying. You shouldn't knock stuff before doing it. I'll knock you off this fucking train, kid. Who knows? You might end up liking it. Like eating turds. Before I continue talking, the train moves again. And the passengers are shaken up by the sudden movement. Killa beams a wide smile as if this was a major victory. Wow, I was scared for nothing. That didn't really last long at all. That would be as fun wandering around those maid cafes. They may not be my thing, but he sure seems excited. Personally, I was more excited to meet Rook. Wink. I wonder what he'd be like. More importantly, I wonder how he'd treat me. He certainly seems like an interesting guy. For a moment, I'm glad I didn't break my NDA. I don't think I would have been able to face him if I did. He just said Rook's a normal dude. Yeah, I know, but he doesn't know why Rook's picking him up. He's a normal dude, but he must have some significance, right? He wouldn't have a name otherwise, like all the other 40,000 empty fucking seats on this train. Oh, my mouse on the screen. Whoops. I find it odd that I'm analyzing my previous actions, as if I could have changed what I said and what I did. Perhaps it's just because of that weird vision I had. I can control my own destiny or something like that. What a ridiculous thing to comprehend. If I could control my destiny, I wouldn't be here. And I'm gone. Alright, I'm back. I'd probably be off somewhere living a life of luxury. But there's no use thinking like that, so I stop. Just stop thinking like that. At that exact moment, a pain attacks my fat weeb chest. I'm having a heart attack because I drank 4 billion cans of energy drink to get on a bullet train in Tokyo. Going to Tokyo, sorry. More pain than I've ever felt before. It pulses with my increasingly fast heartbeat. I go to clutch my gut instinctively, even though my chest hurts. Only to find out that I can't move. It's Dio. Everyone around me seems to have frozen in place. Definitely Dio. I start to panic. He can only go for 9 seconds at the end of part 3. I go to focus on my breathing like before, but I can't breathe either. Well, that sucks. I sense someone behind me. It's probably that fucker from the Ark. And then I feel it. That hand on my shoulder again. He's focusing on his Hamon breathing. Yeah, but he can't breathe. This post brought to you by Stand Gang. The pain fades away and I gasp loudly for air. Is there something about his touch? Ooh. Terribly sorry for earlier. Our meeting seems to have been cut short. Perhaps you desire to return to Earth. After all, the universe bends to you now. Not me, the man who just stopped time. Am I that frightening? Either way, I sense conflict within you. Do you go to the maid cafe, or do you go to the not maid cafe? You think what happened earlier was a dream. I don't. I literally said that wasn't a dream. Yet now, your dream stands before you. Wink. I am real. The Ark is real. And the power that you have, also real. I like my line better. I'm not here to lecture you anymore. Your words and actions are your own, as is the power I've given you that you can't use. However, you will be asked to help me. You're not receiving this power for free, but I will let you run free for today. When I see you again tonight, boy, I'll tell you everything, and then your journey will begin. Would you like to save your game? Not particularly. Alright, I'm gonna run to the bathroom really quick. Be right back. How edgy can you get with Acheron? I don't know. We'll find out. I was immediately shot back to my own reality. Or at least the reality I was comfortable with. But now I know one thing for sure. That really happened. The Ark wasn't just a dream, like I thought. He actually gave me some sort of power. I have no idea what to think right now. The confusion inside me intensifies. Am I actually attracted to him? No one knows. It's like millions of voices are fighting inside my head, trying to make sense of everything that happened. Hey, are you coming? Killa stands before me, his luggage in tow. I notice that I'm also standing up. It appears my body has moved on its own. Almost like something momentarily took over. Did I say something wrong? Gosh, I need to watch my mouth. I tell him that I did nothing wrong. I let him know that I was lost in my own train of thought. He seems to giggle as if this was a pun. I decided to take the credit for it, perhaps in an attempt to ease my inner turmoil. At least he waited for me, or I'd be clueless right now. That's the last thing I'd want to be. Alone and confused in Tokyo. Bad combination. I just need to go meet Rook, though. I apologize for the delay as we exit the train. Fright looms over me for the rest of the day. Whatever happened tonight would change everything. earlier that day. In the courtrooms of Terra. Oh my god. A planet far from Earth, yet closer than was known to any. Ladies and gentlemen, without further delay, I present to you Lord Blair, your current leader in the race for mayor. And with that, your future king. I've been his humble servant for years. I'm very humble. And through that, I'm certain of one thing. He will bring Terra to an age of prosperity. Now come, Riley, you embarrass me. I'd rather speak for myself. I'm flattered, but they need to hear me. I shall speak of this prosperity on my own. This is something every Terran must hear. Under our current king, we are doomed. Forgive me, Lord Blair. I did not mean to embarrass you. Not in front of all these people. I mean you no quarrel, Riley. Have a seat. I'll call you as needed. Yes, my lord. Allow me to ask you all a question. You do not need to answer vocally. Just ponder it. Just ponder on it as food for thought. If I may paint an image in your minds. Me, on all fours, butthole exposed. You have a starving family. Your only desire is to feed them. You work harder than you ever have before, but you only have enough food to feed half. The rest of your family will simply starve. So before you can eat, there's a knock. A violent rapping on the door of your home. Yeah, this is Bernie Sanders. You learn that it's someone new to Terra. They fled the destruction of their home. All they want is a new life on our soil. They beg for your food, almost dying. But if you feed them, your family suffers and starves. And dies in front of you. In this case, charity is a curse. They live, and your family may die. So what would you do? Would you help a stranger? Even if it goes on to hurt your family? I believe I know what your answer is. Why would I let my family die? Why would I give a stranger my food? I do not blame you if this is your answer. You worked so hard for the sustenance. For the sus. Why are you expected to just give it away? Why is Terra expected to give it away? This is the portrait painted of our world. Oh god, I was wrong. A place to be taken advantage of. Used. We can barely sustain ourselves. Yet we need to care for these immigrants. Your current king is making fatal mistakes. He gives everything away freely. That damn universal basic income. And he calls himself the immortal king. If he truly lived for several millennia? Well, you'd think he'd have some common sense. Something Terra has been lacking as of late. Every immigrant we accept, they're another stroke on our canvas. One that paints us as lax and lazy. The more we accept into our world, the more we condemn ourselves to accept. This is the power of that word of mouth. At this rate, we will all die. Regardless of our origin, we will starve. I wanted a strict immigration law, one that involved a wall. But even this would not help us. You don't allow a disease to run rampant like those damn dogs. We need to cure this blight permanently, so I'm bringing out the napalm. A vote for Plaire will give us severance, a disconnect from all other worlds. No longer will they be able to use us. If elected, I will devote my life to this. I will ensure Terra's independence, and our base right to live fulfilling lives. Only then will we be free from immigration. Only then will our resources be our own. That is all. Will there be any questions? Copper style. Yeezy robe, $14,000. Triple pure diamond earrings. 3K a pop. Victoria's Secret dog choker collection. $1,400. Limited edition. The nails. That's free, baby. Victoria's for broke bitches. Well, unfortunately for you, looks like you're the broke bitch here. I have a question for you, Lord Plaire. If you're accepting, of course. Please speak, my child. My name is Kalen. Please refrain from calling me a child. I have a name, bitch. I'm not one of your blind followers. I voted for, Bernie Sanders. ... The real problem lies with your grade. You're a noble. You have so much food. Why do you hoard and say that we've run short? What? If people like you learned to share, well, we'd all be leading happy lives. You're a single man. Yet I've seen some inside reports. You hoard enough food to feed dozens. Inside reports? Wouldn't it be more fitting to share? The supply is there, Lord Plaire. Your campaign is based on a lie. And why do you have so much food? You don't look that round to me. Except that ass, though. This is why Lord Velasquez wanted a tithe. Not everybody, just the rich. But I don't think you care about our food. Or any resources for that matter. You only care about removing foreigners. So my question is, what is the true reason you seek severance? What gives you the right to say this? You're speaking to your future king. Future king? Don't make me laugh. Aww. You're avoiding the question. Where's your proof? Accusations require evidence, Kalen. Something I'm sure you don't have. I laugh at the notion that I'm hoarding. Especially enough to feed dozens of people? I know the importance of giving. I would never keep that while others starve. Really? You fooled me. That story you just told everyone? It was about not sharing and giving. Oh, shit. I asked why you seek severance. And you go and get this defensive? Your hatred speaks volumes, Lord Plump. There's no need to discriminate here. Everyone deserves food and shelter. Not just those native to Terra. I seek Severance to be independent. I only want to share amongst our own. I don't want a reputation of charity. Filthy pores. I want Terra to thrive on its own. If we keep giving things away, we only give off a bad image of ourselves. Well, even if we did achieve Severance, we'd still be full of immigrants. Duh. Not only that, but their descendants too. How does this make you feel? Ugh! Disgusting pores. Simple. We'd establish a new Terra. Once we are severed, we'd all be natives. We'd unite as one self-sustaining world, without any worthless pores. Funny how you should bring that up now. Rebranding our entire world. I'm a graphics design student, so if you really want to, let me know. You think that'd be part of your campaign? Typical politician. Making things up. Turning all the negatives into positives. I'll give you credit, but I'm not fooled. Ask again for proof, child. Fine. Your servant Kabu has all of it. He provided a peculiar shipping manifest. It should be all that we need to prove this. What? And the evidence substantiates his claims. Claims of hearing immigrant hate speech. A nightly pastime of yours, it seems. I'll let him handle it from here. I can confirm all that Caitlin said. Kabu, you traitor! What have I done to deserve this? At first I thought Claire was my friend. I know I'm not from Terra, but he made me feel wanted, like a son. But he started to hate immigrants so much, I realized that I was only being used. He just wanted a cheap servant. And now recently he's been hoarding food, creating nothing but an artificial shortage. One he can conveniently blame on immigrants, and one that he can use as cover. He conveniently hides his hatred, while supporting his campaign for mayor. The problem isn't those coming to Terra, it's the greed of those that live on it. Our immortal king speaks the truth. A tithe on the upper class. Yes, then everyone would be fed. Vote for Velasquez's continued reign. You know you speak lies. Why are you doing this, Kabu? Please look at the shipping manifest. I'll place it here for all to see, so that you may know Claire's true nature. Remember, he owns a lot of land on Terra. This is but one of many instances. I'm positive he hoards at his other homes. Forged! The evidence is forged! Do not trust such infantile accusations. It was likely created by Velasquez. Riley, have a word with the people. Ensure they realize Kabu's deceit. And guards, please detain those two men. Two men? Oh, fuck. Well, that was pretty intense. We notice that there aren't that many people standing around. In fact, there's literally none. The initial rush must have already subsided. At least Killa waited for me. How long was I out? Well, I guess this is it, huh? I kind of pictured a grander entrance, but there's really nobody here. Oh well, I should have expected less. That way I don't get disappointed. It's better than getting your hopes up. That sure was an odd way of looking at things. It's the same exact way I have of looking at things, but that's beside the point. Of course, nothing about Killa was normal. He was a fucking squirrel. Hey, pull out your phone! We should exchange numbers, just in case. I know you don't really like maid cafes, but I can tell you so much about Tokyo. I read about this place online for weeks. There's a lot of stuff to do here. I'm sure we can come to some middle ground. He pulls out his phone and wastes my information. I pull the phone out of my pocket and do the same. After a few moments pass, we don't exchange numbers, we stare at each other, longingly, hoping that the other will start the transfer of contact information. You got Killa's contact information. Thanks. It was nice to meet you. I'm always glad to make a new friend. He starts to scurry away on all fours, as squirrels do. I hope he's a texter. I hate getting phone calls. It seems so weird. Our generation is definitely hooked on text messages. I wonder where I'm supposed to go. Rook never gave me detailed information. I expected to be right there when I got off. But I don't see anyone at all, actually. I quickly turn a corner and bump into a helpless woman. Hey, watch where you're going, will you? I step back and immediately apologize. I tell her I was just looking for my friend Rook. I explain the fact that I'm a foreigner and... Foreigner? Oh, so am I. But I'm no concierge. You should probably tell your friend to meet you in the atrium. She points towards a large, open area. I guess that's a good enough landmark. I thank her and start to follow her direction. But before I can get too far away, a hand grips my shoulder. Oh no. Could it be that man again? Please just give me some peace and quiet today. Hey. Are you so lonely that you've taken up talking to yourself? That's weird. This is a personal attack. I'm extremely relieved. For a moment, I thought it might have been that man again. But no. This must be Rook. What does he mean by talking to myself? Whatever. I'm glad you're here. The PA speakers mentioned possible delays, and that's not something I can tolerate. We're on a strict schedule. S-T-R-I-C-T. He starts typing away on his tablet. Strict. Adjective. Acting in close conformity to the requirements or principles. Ever heard of that word before? Wow. I thought Killa was a character. Although, I guess I would be a little upset if he was boring. No one likes to stick in the mud. Like me. So, where's the other one? I was confused. I wasn't quite sure what he meant. I asked him for clarification. The other contest winner, I mean. You're supposed to be together. Wait, what? Ugh. Insufferable. I hate being lied to. Drop the act. Seriously, where is he? I tell him I have no idea what he's talking about. I didn't meet anyone on the train except for Killa. Wait, could that mean? No way. Out of the shadows, someone shuffles towards us. Hey, you two. You were watching us? That's exceedingly creepy. What a group. We have ourselves a stalker, and someone who talks to themselves too. I don't really get what he means. I was clearly getting directions from that woman. I wasn't watching you. I was just shy. And hold on a second. You're the other contest winner? He really emphasized the word "you're." I'm unsure if I should take offense to this or not. Although now I'm glad I didn't break the NDA. Rook would have found out for sure. I guess I should have expected it. Both on the same train, Both English speakers, both weebs, it adds up. Heh. Well, either way, I have to say, I'm really glad it's you. I feel like we got along on the train, even if it was only for a few minutes. I know you don't like maid cafes, but I'm gonna keep bringing it up until you fucking go, you goddamn bastard. We'll be spending lots of time together. I'm sure we can figure something out. Rook affection 1. So, you're not one for maid cafes? That's good. They're a total waste. Hey! Judging much? Didn't they teach you to not do that? You know, like back in grade school? Gosh, you're so crass. Rook types away on his tablet. Does he look up the definition of that word? I'm definitely not crass. I apologize if I came off that way. Regardless, you two couldn't agree on where to go, so if you'll let me, I'll handle this. Allow me to invoke the rule of Rook. It always cuts through indecision. It sounds terrifying, though. The rule of Rook? Are you pulling our legs? Hear me out. You can't decide where to go, and to top it off, you're new around here. I, however, have a vast knowledge of Tokyo. I can figure out the perfect place to go. Besides, there's been a bit of delay. You won't be meeting Claes for a day or two. I'm tasked with helping you waste time. I guess that makes sense. What do you think? I nod. I do think the rule needs a new name, though. Well, where are you gonna take us? That will have to come as a surprise. But it will be an Electric Town. Electric Town? You don't mean... Akihabara? Yes, I do. We all spend lots of time there. It's the place to be for tourists. That, and Claes loves the atmosphere. A lot of his outings are to Akihabara. So I thought when they said Claes, that was going to be like a female idol. I guess there's just no females in this game. Wow. We'll get along great then. But what about this delay you mentioned? Is everything okay? It sounds bad. Oh, it's fine. Claes got into a fight. Him and his tour manager disagree a lot. But Singe always manages to quell them. Oh. I hope it's nothing too serious. It'll be fine. Claes is a hothead. He'll be fine after venting and relaxing. We all come to expect it, at least. Anyway, we should probably get going. Won't get anywhere standing here all day. It's high time we ditch the station. I don't know why there's another save point here, but sure. After a few minutes of walking, we exit the station. I feel a soft breeze and take a sharp inhalation. I too take a sharp inhalation sometimes. It's nice to feel some fresh air after all that time of standing out. Fresh air. The plane and train ride were definitely stuffy. Interesting. The air here feels different. Not in a bad way, I mean, just different. It's probably expected in a foreign country. Their air almost smells cleaner than it does back home. Whoa, what's with that smell? Not what you're used to, huh? Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Just enjoy the fresh air. You deserve it. They did rush you onto that train, right? No time to relax after that long flight. But you're good now. Relax and enjoy it. Yeah, I guess you're right. Hey, wait. Does that mean we were on the same plane? That's so cool. What are the odds? Actually, it's incredibly probable. We both won the same contest after all. They look like expensive and bought stuff in sets. I don't say this though. Don't want to downplay Killa. Pretty solid actually. You both won the same contest after all. Enter Rook, the social assassin, blurting out the things we don't dare to. Was he gonna yell my pee-pee hard though? I didn't think of it that way, I guess. He looks defeated. See, that's why I refrained. Well, we shouldn't stand around. We didn't leave just to waste time out here. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. Remember how we said things would be quiet? Well, Place went and pulled some strings. The kind of strings that get you a limo. We have a limo? Like, just for us? Heh. That was a pleasant surprise, actually. Rook gave us a soft smile as he says the word limo. I could tell he's been waiting to let out that secret. Yeah, something like that. We'll just use it to move you around town. At least until we leave Tokyo behind. But even then, we'll just rent a new one. We're fucking rich. This tour's going all sorts of places. We'll get to travel the new world in style. Mood completely reversed. Thanks, Rook. Should we get going then? Where is it? Well, actually, it's right there. Turn around. Rook points to a limo parked just a few feet away. I never expected we'd get to drive in that. Especially after they mentioned the low-key aspect. Well played. Definitely off to a good start now. He knocks on the window, calling to someone inside. After a few moments pass, a new face enters the scene. So you two are it. Yeah, I guess. 2 winners, remember? We're not here to visit a chocolatier. Not what I meant. Just expected something else. What does she mean by that? Well, you can call me Jade. It's a pleasure to meet the both of you. The contest just had a year of hype. I built up this weird image in my mind. I expected the winners to be larger than life. I apologize if I offended you in any way. Surely you can understand what I meant. We often have these sort of preconceptions. I suppose I know what you mean. No offense taken either. It's nice to meet you too. But speaking of preconceptions, can you tell us a little bit about Claes? I feel like the image in my mind is wrong. You've met him, right? You must have all kinds of inside knowledge. I see him all the time. But yeah, many people get him wrong. The creator of this game is Claes. Oh no. Oh no. Here's a few words I'd use to describe him. Self-absorbed, egotistical, holier than thou, arrogant, disrespectful. He's the worst. Excuse me? It was a joke, Killa. I'm still learning this humor thing, but I guess I have a few more steps to go. That was her definition of a joke? She doesn't need steps, she needs leaps and bounds. Ooh. This is almost certainly how rumors are started. Someone will know she's joking and it'll spread. Rook tries to teach me in our off time, but I guess I've far from mastered it. Oh, that explains it. Rook taught her. He's the last person in the world I'd say is funny. Well, I'd appreciate an honest answer. Of course. He can be shy and silent, but he can also be loud and outgoing. He can be polite and formal, or he can be crude and lax. He's just like any one of us. When you're up on that stage, or even when you're doing an interview, you're just putting on an act for the world. I think you'll get along with him just fine, but I don't think you know him yet either. The amount of people that do so is very small. Alright. Thanks for answering. Sounds like he's under a lot of pressure. It sucks to have an image to maintain. And about the humor thing, you're doing great. Keep learning. Whoa. Killa can lie? Thanks, Killa. It's always fun to learn. Anyway, let's get ourselves in the limo. We'll get this adventure started. Sounds good. I can't wait. My hype level is off the charts. I picked the wrong voice for Killa. I didn't think he'd have so many lines. Outside the courthouse. Moments later. So, do you think that'll ruin Blair? Only time will tell, Conrad. It was risky, but we succeeded. Now we have our inside man. Kaylin can operate from within Blair's home. Could've sworn Kaylin was a girl, I'm sorry. So, I have to ask, was the evidence real? It doesn't matter. It helped us. Means to an end, I believe they say. We have everything we need to take him out. I doubt Blair will go down without a fight. It won't be pleasant for Kaylin or Kabu. Do you think he'll do it? Endymion? They'll be put into interrogation, I think. But this doesn't cause me much concern. Kaylin has been trained to resist torture. The major fact is that he is inside now. We just need to wait for his correspondence. After that, we can formulate a plan. I think he'll plant some evidence. Something we can find next time we're there. An innocent visit, an incriminating find. So Kaylin can resist torture, huh? It was pretty frail to me. And Kabu? He'll probably just face the brunt of this. It's a worthy sacrifice, isn't it? Kabu did this willingly. I guess. I can see it now. Assassin's Guild ousts corrupt politician. It's gotta help our reputation, right? We're the Assassin's Guild. We need to have no reputation. I guess. Just trying to make conversation. If people found out about us, they'd quickly find the king funds us. Then he'd be the one getting ousted. Fine. So what do we do now? The player situation will remain on standby. We must wait for instructions from Kaylin. Or until we have another off-worlder. Player's been more than happy to take them. With that said, the ritual is our goal. It'll help us on both fronts, Conrad. The ritual? Again? You sound like you're stuck on a loop. Our track record of failure is demotivating. You know how Velasquez feels about failure. But we get an off-worlder no matter what. If that happens, we bring them to Blair. We gain his trust through these failures. It's symbiotic, Conrad. Like Spider-Man 3, where he does the dance. You know, the long-form sequence where Tobey Maguire dances and walks down the street and points at people. It's like that, Conrad. It's cold, Endymion. Yes. It gives me chills. Ooh, this is writing. Hoo-hoo. He walks away done with the conversation. Jeez, what a mentor he is. I'll never get anywhere worthwhile. Oh well. A man can dream. Endymion, wait for me. It's cold. Yes, it gives me chills. We're led into a massive limo. Actually, emphasis on the massive. I didn't think it'd be this big on the inside. Jade promptly gets situated in the driver's seat. This leaves Rook, Killa, and myself in the back. God. Wow, this is amazing! It's so spacious, so luxurious! Huh? Oh, sorry you two. Guess I was in my own little world. Actually, it looked like he was staring at Jade. I find myself questioning the relationship of these two. She quickly turns to speak to us through the divider. So, where to? Well, they couldn't think of a place. I say we just take them to you know where. Nothing but fun times to be had over there. Couldn't have said it better myself. I know. Better than a maid cafe. Can you believe Killa wanted to go to one? What a nerd. No comment.
Hey!
Oh, take it easy. Harmless jokes, Killa. Anyways, this is a really awkward part where we're supposed to bond or whatever. He cringes as he said the words bond. And as he says the words, he cringes as he says the word bond. Instead of acknowledging that, I notice something else. I can hear some noise coming from the passenger seat. Was somebody up there with Jade? I asked Rook about this. Oh, you know this, huh? Inumi, you want to say hey? Hey. He retreats just as quickly as he appeared. Huh? I hadn't the faintest idea who that was. That was Clay's brother, Inumi.
Clay's brother? But he looks nothing.
It's Clay's brother, Inumi. Killa was right, but Rook cuts him off. Was he putting on some sort of act? If anything, it was for Inumi's benefit. I decided to play it along, so as does Killa.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's cool.
Very cool indeed. I can't tell if he's sincere or not. Well, moving on. I should go over the basics with you two. Just stuff to know before I let you wander. Make sure you're paying attention alright. Feel free to take notes if you need to. Killa and I lean forward and listen intently. Here's a book for the both of you to have. It lists common Japanese phrases inside, such as watashi wa pizza desu, keikonsuru, that one about the business card. I suggest learning a few common ones. Namely, I don't understand Japanese. I'm probably assuming here, so I'm sorry. But I doubt you could hold a conversation. Oh, and if the citizens call you gaijin, well, that's a term of endearment, you big fucking weebs. It's nice to know Rook can be civil and polite. For once he's actually helping us. I assume his default mode was condescend everyone. He hands each of us a book. I put mine in my pocket. It's definitely travel sized. I'm sure it'd help. That was one of the things I was actually worried about. If someone tried to talk to me and I couldn't talk back, like I was a video game character. Oh, I almost forgot. There's one last thing you should know. It relates to current events in Tokyo. It's mostly superstition, of course, but it's got everyone up in arms. So it's better that you hear it from me.
What is it?
The Midnight Deaths. Oh, now we're going. Uptime is 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 38 seconds. The Midnight what? Tokyo's been hit by suicide and murder. More and more cases with each passing day. But it gets a little weirder than that. Jake Paul's been recording it. All the cases happen at midnight. Like clockwork, right on the dot.
Are you serious?
I'm not. Am I? Of course I'm serious. The deaths have been mysterious in nature. No culprit for the murders, no evidence. This Jake Paul man. That's why it has everybody talking. The crime scenes don't add up at all. What happened is physically impossible. But to us, that's not really important. There's something far more noteworthy. And that's when these deaths first started. It was when you got on the plane.
What do you mean?
I know it's a coincidence, but these deaths started a month ago. on the night of our arrival in Tokyo. What? Some people think the tour is an ill omen, that perhaps being here is the cause of it.
What? That's not nice.
Indeed. I hope that explains some things, especially why we kept your arrival quiet. We didn't need any more fanfare around us. Restrictions are even being put upon Clays. They don't feel singled out in all of this. Everyone's being affected equally here. So to that end, please stay quiet. Don't let anybody know why you're here. At least not for the next little while. But I know you're both trustworthy. Just continue as you have been. We aren't even doing a press release. At least not until Singe is ready. Singe or Singy? He handles these situations with expertise. He's kind of like my boss, and teacher, and brother, and mother, and cousin, and lover. And don't worry about your enjoyment. You'll still have fun. I guarantee it. Wink. There's a few precautions to take. Later tonight, we'll get you to your hotel. Everything is still on par for the green. So just don't cause any commotions, okay?
Yeah, of course. Don't want to make things worse. Place must be under enough stress as it is.
Yeah, I can tell that's affecting him. It's good that you heard this from me. You know how rumors and grapevines can be. Ifs and buts and candies and nuts. People are even saying he is the killer. They're connecting totally unrelated events, like him killing someone. Said a dead body. Our arrival has nothing to do with this. We know how it works, right? People always need something to blame. A figurehead for all their problems.
I suppose that's true. But they should focus on the real culprit. Place is harmless. He couldn't do that.
You're telling me. But it's still odd. Suicides are happening at midnight too. It's not just a killer, it's something else. And whatever it is, we have no idea. Some people are blaming the supernatural, but I've never really believed in that stuff. The limo slowly comes to a stop. But this just leaves us all in an awkward silence. Well, I guess that means we're here. Thanks for making conversation with me. Sorry to tell you about how a bunch of people are being murdered by a pop idol. Even if it was in the realm of the macabre.
Yeah, could have picked a better time. Was your goal to scare us away, Rook? Because it almost worked, you know.
No comment. Let's go. He leaves the limo without saying another word. For a while there, I was starting to feel free. But now I'm getting bogged down by terms and conditions. Though when I think about it, it's not too bad. I can play along if it's for the citizens' benefit. Wouldn't want to let it slip while we're actually here. It caused a panic in the middle of Akihabara.
Well, here we are. Welcome to Akihabara. Just watch your heads as you exit. Wouldn't want you to bang them on the way out.
We both nod and do as instructed. Electric Town, here we come! Would you like to save your game? Yes. Yeah, my throat's fucking dead right now, so I'm gonna stop here for my own sanity. What an experience that is. What a blessing on the world this game is. I'm gonna keep going later, just not right now. Yep, that was indeed something. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun to do the voices, but I can see how it'd be fucking suffering to just watch casually. Alright, who am I rating with my 2 viewers?
$2,200. So it looks like almost everybody stayed. Pretty amazing. thank you for hanging out. I hope you're enjoying my stream.
Nobody. I'm not rating anybody. Alright, well, I'm out. Take it easy, y'all.